Hello everyone, I go by the name of Liza. I'm an Afrofusion, Afro soul artist. Today I'll be performing some personal songs of mine. And the first track is titled Bad Love. And this track is actually my newly released track for this year. And it speaks on my first heartbreak from my first love. So this is my story. I be just 22, don't blame me, 'cause I know be fool for you. It be love way I got for you. Ooh, I dey guide things way you they do. My mama say I'm duped. Loving no get part two. Loving no get part two. Burning and crying for you. I be drinking 2 bottles for you. All the pins I took just for you, for you. Burning and crying for you. I be drinking 2 bottles for you. All the pins I took just for you, just for you. Don't come call me back, 'cause I know good day. I know good day. I know good day. Don't come call me back, 'cause I know good day. I know good day. I know good day. All the lies I hear be day. Boy, you do me shaggy. I've been drinking nights and day. Yeah, all the lies I hear be day. Boy, you do me shaggy. I've been drinking nights and day. I try to make you be my own. How could you be so cold? Never know it'd be so. Where you go do me, oh. I'm running away from this love. No more turning back for your trouble. I go finding my way to peace, 'cause my head they fighting me. I'm running away from this love. No more turning back for your trouble. I go finding my way to peace, 'cause my head they fighting me. Don't come call me back, 'cause I know good day. I know good day. I know good day. Don't come call me back, 'cause I know good day. I know good day. I know good day. Bad love and no get part two. If you talk, you for talk and do. Boy, don't you get it confused. Bad love and no get part two. If you talk, you for talk and do. Boy, don't you get it confused. Oh nah. Oh nah. The next track is titled Road Town. And this was actually my first ever single that I released when I first started music professionally. Boy, make we go down to the road town. Stop on the road, show you love, plenty love. Boy, make we go down to the road town. Stop on the road, show you love, plenty love. Tell me straight, tell it straight to my face. So hold me tight. Let me know what you're doing anytime I miss you. Baby, let me know, yeah. If you want a day for me, boy, a good day for you too. Boy, make we go down to the road town. Stop on the road, show you love, plenty love. Boy, make we go down to the road town. Stop on the road, show you love, plenty love. No. all over my body, all over my body. Your love is all over me. It didn't make I did wonder. See, I go live without you, baby. When you talk, it enter. It enter me all over my body. Your love is all over. Boy, make we go down, down to the road sound. Stop on the road, show you love. Plenty, plenty love. Boy, make we go down, down to the road sound. Stop on the road, show you love. Plenty, plenty love. And this next track is titled Lijeje, and this track was created at a time where life was difficult. I had just gotten out of a car accident. I was going through a bad relationship, going through a breakup. I lost everything. Lijeje, 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 lijeje. I'm losing control of my baby. I'm losing control of my baby. Lijeje, 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 lijeje. I'm losing control of my baby. I'm losing control of my baby. Lijeje, 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 lijeje. I'm losing control of my baby. I'm losing control of my baby. Lijeje, 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 lijeje. Lijeje, lijeje, lijeje. I'm losing control of my baby. I'm losing control of my baby. Why the fool killing me softly? Yeah. Don't call me boo. Where's your stand waiting me? Running to you, taking my days no leave, taking my days no leave. Tear me near, some inside and peer. Order your way, my good you office here. Oh, you know, things don't come too easy. No, you know, don't you call if you don't need me. Lijeje, 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 lijeje. I'm losing control of my baby. I'm losing control of my baby. Lijeje, 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 lijeje. I'm losing control of my baby. I'm losing control of my baby. Lijeje, 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 lijeje. I'm losing control of my baby. I'm losing control of my baby. Lijeje, 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 lijeje. Lijeje, lijeje, lijeje. I'm losing control of my baby. I'm losing control of my baby. This next track, this last and final track, is titled Sima. And this particular track was created at a time where life was good. I was making my money, no relationship, nothing to worry about. Sima, Sima, I need a boy, you go be my lover, lover. Yeah. Sima, Sima, I need a boy, you go give the dollar, dollar. Yeah. Sima, Sima, I need a boy, you go be my lover, lover. Yeah. Sima, Sima, I need a boy who go give the dollar, dollar. Give me peace, give me love, I beg you please, don't break my heart. Sima, now baby, don't you start, consider me, you know I'm the one. Boy, please don't play loose. Boy, what you did do, thinking to my cruise, rhythm and my blues. Sima, Sima, What you did figure, you didn't make me shiver, don't you make me suffer, Sema, why you didn't make us suffer, Sema, don't you make us suffer, Sema, I need a boy, you go be my lover, Sema, I need a boy who go give the dollar, Sema, I need a boy who go be my lover, Sema, I need a boy who go give the dollar, Thank you.
Eliza. Yeah. Well, let me just say that your voice is, I don't think it's just unique. It's also, well, I saw description of hypnotizing. Have you always had this voice, or did you create this voice?
It's natural. I've always had it.
You've always had this voice. A very interesting sound. Now, what's your take on where African music, as in the Afro-pop, Afro-beats, everything has found its place in the global stage? What's your take on it? Everybody wants to be associated with Afrobeats now and Afro-pop. How does that make you feel?
Afro-pop, Afrobeat, and everything under that genre, it's all unique. So, I mean, everybody would want to be a part of that. It's a sound that not every country, not every continent has, but we do. So
Yeah. Now, with your music, talk about the discography. How much work have you done? What do you have out there?
So far, I have about an EP, which has about 5 songs on it.
Okay.
And then I have about 7 singles that I've also released.
Okay. All right. And what's the theme of the EP?
Love.
Love.
Journey to Love.
Okay.
That's the title.
Journey to Love.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did notice that when you started out, you started with a heartbreak song.
Yeah.
And then you have quite a few love songs and all that.
Yeah.
How important is love to you and to your craft?
The
love or lack of love, to
both.
you and to your craft, both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's what makes up my music. All my music and everything I sing about is based on experiences. So instead of, going out there and making noise and all that, I decide to put my emotions and everything into the music.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it unique for me.
Yeah, but people want to hide away from sharing their personal experiences. It seems that you go towards that. I
would rather have it put in the music than to now go call a friend and then
spill the beans to them. Okay, so where can people find your music?
It's everywhere. Apple Music, Spotify, Boomplay, anywhere. Just search the name Eliza_official or Eliza Official. Yeah.
Okay. And social media handle, people want to follow you?
My Instagram is Eliza_official. TikTok, Twitter, everywhere else, Eliza Official.
Okay. How can love be bad? Why would you describe a kind of love as bad love?
For me, it's whereby the love between the two partners is just one-sided. One person loves you wholeheartedly and the other person doesn't. They're doing whatever they want to. That's what I see as bad love, putting in effort and then seeing that your partner is not putting in that same effort that you're putting into the relationship. So.
All right. Let's take a look at this one. Bad love.
I've been just 22, don't blame me, cause I know be fool for you. It be love way I got for you. Ooh, I the kind things where you they do. My mama say I'm due. Love and no get part two. Love and no get part two. Burning and crying for you. I've been drinking 2 bottles for you. All the pains I took just for you, for you. Burning and crying for you. I've been drinking 2 bottles for you. All the pains I took just for you, just for you. I know go there. I know go there. You take me for a feel. Take me for a feel. I know go there. All the lies I hear be day. Boy, you do me shaggy. I've been drinking night and day. All the lies I hear be day. Boy, you do me shaggy. I've been drinking night and day. I try to make it be my home. Why would you be so good? Never know he'd be so. Where you could do me, oh. I'm running away from this love. No more turning back for your trouble. I go finding my way to peace. Cause my head they fight with me. I'm running away from this love. No more turning back for your trouble. I go finding my way to peace. Cause my head they fighting me. I know, so you take me for a fool. Take me for a fool. Take me for a fool. I know, yeah. That love you don't get back to. If you talking for talking, do. Boy, don't you get me confused. That love you don't get back to. If you talking for talking, do. Boy, don't you get me confused. No, nah.
Swaps.
All right, that was Eliza. Beautiful music there. And you know, it always rings differently when you share personal stories
Right.
in your music.
And
you
I
know.
think it's also courageous to actually
Yeah,
share
it's-
personal
yeah, very,
stories.
very,
you
very,
know?
yeah. So we'll be enjoying some more music from here later on in the show. Welcome to Breakfast Daily. My name is David Kwekusichi.
And my name is Chris Carter, and we are ready to ride with you into this morning.
Yeah, and happy birthday to all the Americans in Ghana and everywhere, of course, as
Yeah.
well. It's 4th of
of
July. Happy 4th of July. And happy Independence Day.
Happy Independence Day.
Absolutely. Well, today on Breakfast Daily, we have a lot of different things that's coming up. And a quick reminder for you that the Voice Factory is on. And of course, you know, this coming weekend, we have, it's going to be at 6:30 live on Citi TV. But there are playbacks of this past weekend's performances. And of course, you know that Sunday, at 1 p.m., the playback was on. Again, Monday at 6:30, there was a playback.
Yeah.
And then, of course, tomorrow at 3:30, tomorrow Wednesday at 3:30 p.m., there's going to be another playback as well. So you get opportunity to enjoy, you know, playbacks of this past weekend's performance of Voice Factory. And that's just on TV. We also have it on radio as well, 97.3 Citi FM. Of course, you can see it there. 8 p.m. Yesterday evening, it was on live on 97.3. And tomorrow evening, it's back on radio at 8 p.m. again. And so you get to enjoy the Voice Factory. We want to say a big, big, big thank you to Ebony Condoms, to Nilo Solutions, to Eddie's Pizza, to McBerry Twist Cupcakes, and to Copan Hospitality for supporting us and making the Voice Factory a reality.
All right, so on the 15th to the 16th of July 2023, the 2 days National Swimming Championship will be on. Remember to register. You WhatsApp your name and age and contact details to 0558-973-973 or call 0205-973-973. And remember, this is in collaboration with Ghana Swimming Association, and it will be at the Trust Sports Emporium, Kolebu Traffic Light, Guggisberg Avenue here in Accra.
Fantastic. And so you don't want to miss out on that fantastic experience. Now, remember that talking about the 15th, the deadline for the Literacy Challenge is fast approaching. It's the 15th of July. You don't want to miss it. And so send in your script. And of course, you know what we say, right? In not less than 600 words, write a story that ends with a statement. The happiest people do not have the best of everything. They make the best of everything they have. The script should be in your own handwriting. Script should be endorsed by your parents, and add your full contact details. Now, if you're going to post it right now, please do so at GP 14123 Accra Central. Now, if you're not done with the script and you can't post it on time, you can drop it at the front desk of Citi FM in Adapaka or right here at Citi TV in Tesano. And so that's a literacy challenge. We're expecting all the fantastic submissions that are coming from you. Ghana Gas, M4 Food Ribi, SIC Insurance, and Prospectus Ghana Limited. Big thank you to all of you for supporting us on the Literacy Challenge.
All right, so let's get into the quote of the day. So the quote of the day is actually an African proverb which says, what you help a child to love can be more important than what you help him to learn. What you help a child to love can be more important than what you help him to learn.
Yeah, I love it.
I love it.
Because I'm one person who has always believed in pursuing your passions. And you know something, one of the things I've realized is that if you're passionate about something and there's a genuine love for it, you're not forcing to enjoy it. You just love it.
Yeah,
right?
you just enjoy doing it.
The love that you have for it also comes with a certain wisdom and a certain understanding of how it should be done that somebody would not necessarily learn or have those skills or that wisdom just by going to school. You know, it's like an innate understanding of how things work. You know, and the way to navigate and make it be even better just because of the passion that you have for it. You know, and so teach a child the things to love.
Exactly.
You know,
So basically,
and they will do very well.
Yeah.
in it.
So basically, school is great, but
Yeah.
also try to discover their interest and
Yes.
then help
Yes.
them with their interest.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know, people. I think that a lot of the times, children, we want our unfulfilled dreams and desires
True.
to
That's
be
true.
fulfilled by our children. But I think that's wrong.
Right.
You know, because the parents' job is that you're a custodian and a seasonal, how do I say it? It's like you're a custodian and you're a seasonal caretaker of this child.
Like a guide,
You're
yeah.
a guide, you know, for a season. And yours is to do the best to guide them to become who they were meant to become.
Yeah. And actually, many parents are actually blind to their children's curiosity. They don't even, pay attention to what this child likes or his interests.
Yeah.
So I think it's important that, parents start doing that, Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, that's a fantastic quote. I think we should take a look at the papers that we have for today and see what the news is saying. You want to start with the daily graphic?
Right. So on the daily graphic, we have 11.5 million euros at Dakluwaya water facility commissioned. Oponi trial won't start afresh. Court of Appeal rules. Integrate business, value to drive society. Prof. Duncan. OSP investigates over 150 cases. Charles Bisway, Edubuahin probes completed. GCB posts strong performance, DDEP hits hard. And that's what we have for the daily graphic.
All right. So now on the front page of the Ghanaian Times, we have OSP half-year report. Now probe into ex-minister, 3 other cases end. Now there are 9 that are ongoing and 150 more under consideration. So the OSP has a lot of work to do. Now, President inaugurates 11.5 million euro water project for 9 communities in the Volta region. We have 800 SHSs, TVETs expected to compete in 2025 STEM Innovation competition. All right, and Dr. Oponi's case will not start afresh as appeal court overturns earlier decision.
All right, so on the Chronicle we have here the big one. Osiadeayo Ajiman Bedu jumps into lion's den. Attorney General Majority Leader Okujeto criticized him over call to drop Jachikwaison's case. Government constructs 11.5 million euro water system for Adaklu towns and others. Court of Appeals strikes down order to start Oponi trial de nouveau. And here we have the Bible verse of the day, Psalms 50:15. Call upon me in the day of troubles, and I shall rescue you, and you will honor me. Psalms 50:15.
All right.
Yeah, and that's it for the Chronicle.
Okay, I have the Finder here, and it says on the front page of the Finder, President Akufo-Addo commissions 11.5 million euro water supply project at Adakluwaya. We have government approves Pecan Energy's plan of development. And Forest Tree Commission clamps down on illegal miners. We have Nkrumah Park now world-class standard. President Akufo-Addo to commission it today. And I've seen some photos.
Yeah.
And my goodness,
The
what
pictures
they've
are
done
so
with
good.
it. What they have done
Impressive,
with that
very
place.
impressive, yeah.
It is beautiful. And I think that that's the way to go. All our monuments, all our edifices, just let's do the right thing. Let's make the right investments. Because usually hundreds of people come to see this.
True.
Hundreds of thousands of people come see this every year.
Yeah.
And now it's going to be even more of an attraction just because of the investment that we've made. And I'm sure we'll recoup that money in no time.
We will,
Yeah.
All right, so on the anchor we have here, the big one here is angry youths accuse Asanko Mines of denying them jobs as Tontokrom residents beg government for community mining scheme. Ketasco NSMQ contestant dies from alleged food poisoning. Leverage on iron ore to develop Wem Uti, people of Jessican urged. Ghana needs Senchi like economic forum. ex-World Bank chief advocates at second Amisa Ator lecture. And that's what we have for the anchor.
All right, the Daily Guide has these headlines here. We have Appeal Court blocks opening trial, fresh start. Alan Baromia grilled on presidential bids. We have Katasco and NSMQ star dies. Very, very sad story. Unfortunate news that came yesterday there. We have Nana commissions 11.5 million euro at Daklo water project, and Otumfuo to visit Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad and Tobago is one of those countries that seems to have a lot of former slaves from Ghana in particular. You know, there's a lot of people you find, you hear the name. You hear the names like Kwame, Kwesi, Ato. You know, and
I think the Caribbean is a very, very interesting place. It's interesting because like everything in West Africa is there.
It's pretty much the same thing.
Our culture, the names, and some of the languages.
Yeah, you see it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Anyway, so on the ABC News, we have credit rating agencies pushing Ghana, others into deeper debt due bias. UNDP vindicates President Akufo-Addo. Dr. Baomia's promises are sound and realistic. Traditional rulers must desist from engaging in partisan politics. President Akufo-Addo commissions 11.5 million euro water supply projects at Adaklu, and that's it for the ABC News.
All right. Now, the Overseer has very interesting headline here. It says, Minority welcomes innocent, in quote, Jache Kwesen back to Parliament. And fallout from Ascend North by-election. Look at this one. It says, MPP wants IGP sacked.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Let's just.
No,
we're not going to say anything.
No comments.
Let's just leave that.
You know, it's just interesting to note. Pokia Sawyer launches the Enapaye project in Agona East, donates vehicles to party executives. Right.
All right, so my last paper here is the Daybreak. And on the Daybreak, we have government see something, say something campaign. Yamutu. What does Yamutu mean?
Please, we have to ask Kamaru.
Oh, Kamaru. Okay.
Oh, it means that's all.
Oh, that's all.
I think so, Yamutu.
Well, yeah. All right. So UNDP urges rigorous public awareness. Akufo-Addo quenches Adaklu thirst with 11.5 million euro water supply project. Alu work shuts down. $15 million snip debt hangs. And that's it for the Daybreak.
All right. So we have the Economic Times here. And it says, finance houses charge highest interest on loans. GIPC, but yeah, that one, I think it's been like that for a long time. You know, the finance houses typically charge the highest interest rate on when you go and borrow. GIPC optimistic of IMF's role in Ghana's economic recovery, and BOG's operational mechanism hailed. And those are the headlines on the newspapers for today. We have some online stories.
Yeah, so when you head into citinewsroom.com, some of the headlines here are OSP release report, 150 cases being probed, 3 major ones completed. And we also have anthrax outbreak under control now, Ghana Veterinary Service assures. And that's why I didn't eat meat during the Salah.
Really?
Yeah.
You were worried?
Also worried. People were calling me. I was like, no, anthrax. Tuayeboa Hills Court for appealing, Tuayeboa Hills Court of Appeal ruling on Opuni case. Government on track to fix 35-kilometer road in Kufuridua, New Jaban South MP says. And Ajay Kojo residents threatened to prevent Carlos Ahinkora from campaigning over bad roads. And those are some of the headlines that we have here on citinewsroom.com.
Absolutely, absolutely. So go over to citinewsroom.com for all your credible news updates. We have citibusinessnews.com for your business news. We have Citi Sports Online as well. And of course, you can watch, if you're on the go, you can always watch us right here on Citi TV Online. And then, of course, we also have Citi FM Online as well for radio. All right, we'll take a short step away from the screens, and Sports Review is next. All right, so now on sports today, we have some Black Meteors news and some transfer news as well. And so let me get right into it. Now, the management committee chairman of the Black Meteors, Frederick Echampong, has confirmed that the Black Meteors team has been dissolved after the Under-23 Africa Cup of Nations exit. Now, according to Echampong, the technical team comprising of Ibrahim Tanko as a head coach, Godwin Atram, assistant, and Michael Osei, assistant, will no longer serve in their various capacities after failing to qualify the country for next year's Olympics. Now, Ghana exited the Under-23 AFCON after last Friday after their 1-1 draw with Guinea. Now, the result left Ghana third in the group on 4 points, and it marked yet another failed attempt to qualify for the men's Olympic football tournament. Now, I'll make a quick comment on this when I finish it. Black Stars defender Abdul Babar Rahman is set to embark on a second stint at Greek club PAOK and departing from his current club, Chelsea. Now, unlike his previous loan arrangement in the Greek league, this time the 29-year-old will leave Chelsea permanently as his contract is expected to be mutually terminated. Now, PAOK will secure Babar Rahman's services as a free agent, offering him a 2-year contract that will keep him at the club until 2025. Now, this move draws a definitive close to Babar Rahman's 8-year association with Chelsea. Now, in some Black Meteor, we have, yes, and so that's what we have for sports this morning. Now, I just want to say that, we can't continue to do things as we've always done them. There was a reason why the Black Stars shone and did so well in times past. For me, one of the things goes back to football at the grassroots. Okay, what we've done with ourselves right now is play the game of take it for granted, right? And for the longest time, it's like Ghana football has become Frefre Kobo. Literally, do you know Frefre Kobo?
What does it mean?
It means call this one, call this one, call this one, let's go and play.
Let's just go and play.
Do you understand? Yeah. There's no deliberate machinery that's producing players. Do you get it?
So there's no intentionality.
Every country is putting in place a production line. Go to Senegal.
Sure.
Why do you think they are at the top of African football? There's a production line. But somehow Ghanaians seem to think that, and the Ghanaian football administrators seem to think that Frefre Kobo is the way to go. And that we will do well just by Frefre Kobo and Empaibo. Yeah, that's how we behave. Do you get it? It's pray with us. By the grace of God, we'll come back with the cup. Every day, pray with us. By the grace of God, we'll come back with the cup. That's the end of Sports Review for today. Breakfast Day will take a quick break. We'll be back with the Community Development segment.
Trading Enterprise is your leading mobile phone, accessories, and your electronic retail outlet. You can buy any item online at the comfort of your home from Franco Trading Enterprise. Just download the Franco Trading app on Google Play Store or App Store, or visit our website at www.francotrading.com. You can buy all brands of mobile phones, television, air conditioning, home theaters, and any other accessories. For online purchasing and more inquiries, just call us on 0501 502 670 or 0555 939311. Franco Trading Enterprise, we are still the home of quality mobile phones and accessories.
This is the neighborhood I'm having my twins.
The very reason why I took it for us. See, the price is very good and it's spacious to contain all of us.
Alphabet City. Now I'm a landlord. I don't pay rent. And my Airbnb business is booming.
To me, Pamini, bank and I'm an Alphabet City. The pension pay me 20%. The payment plan, I want to share my just say, very smooth.
This is a healthy place to raise our families and creating peace. Come on, be my neighbor.
Alphabet City, the ABC of Home Sweet Home.
Alphabet City is a classy and peaceful gated community in Sakumono. We have 24/7 top-notch security and high-quality access roads. We have 3 bedrooms and 2 washrooms, 3 bedrooms and 3 washrooms with boys' quarters. We have 3 bedrooms and 4 washrooms. We have 2 bedrooms and 2 washrooms, all with beautiful kitchens and kitchenettes. Call Alphabet City on 0240-111119 or 050-44-99999. Alphabet City, the ABC of Home Sweet Home.
Happy birthday, Citi TV. Achieving together.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Breakfast Daily. Now it's time for us to get into our communities and check out what's happening. So we're going all the way to the Western region, and this time some victims of last week's flood that severely affected 11 communities in the Ahanta West municipality are actually appealing to government for assistance. We have a report on that, so just sit back, relax, and watch this report, and we'll be back to talk about this issue.
Last week's heavy rainfall caused severe flooding in 11 communities of the Ahanta West municipality, as well as in some communities in the Takwa Nswayim, Nzima East and Elembla district of the Western region. Rivers like Butre, Bonsa, Amenzuri and Ankagura overflowed, inundating communities including Ewusiajo, Hutupo, Abra and Nzulezu. Despite the significant losses suffered by residents, government support has yet to arrive.
Yenema bibia edane odanyo yenema hina ofai oba from tie kansuru madano kansuru ofifrenti nam sunum akran saka ne tibe ko maka hina wasai di esra ba ndo bobo moy kakra meje me yekuna fo me nukunu ado di jam ne se wasai nti wa moa me a me ma fo me ni ba bia yeko ti me a mesra hon omoy kakra
na mo ka ne so dan ne bu ogu nti ma do ka na na o se no obi no wa mam ne valande bia me ne me ba ne yeda mo se mam me se dan ko o me si me dan mam me nukunu bia lo bua.
At times when the flood comes, it go back, but so we were all in the mind that it will go back as it already happens, but that on the very Thursday when the rain came, it didn't go, so we were just around. It has affected us a lot. We the neighbors here, it has affected us because we see our buildings, it has already collapsed, and we have certain homes that has already collapsed. So it has affected us, yeah. For a certain store that we have in the market, that's where I sleep. And everybody in the neighborhood has moved to different places, that unknown places that we don't feel comfortable here. So since it's a sunshine and we want to gather everything so that we come and stay here again. My appeal is for the government to come and help us. And when it comes, we don't have a place to sleep. We don't have a place to put our things there. And there are a lot of things that we went through, a lot of pains. People were crying. And there was a certain woman who just gave birth, I think 1 or 2 weeks, and the flood came. So she find it difficult to make a living. She has to move from here to other place to go and sleep. So we are hoping for the best to come from the government. Yeah.
According to the Ahanta West Municipal NADMO office, they currently have no relief stock available for the victims.
1,000 households and 11 communities affected town. And I'm talking of the severe one. Lack of logistics. As I'm talking to you now, we don't have anything in our stores. We have to wait for region and the national for them to give us something. So I think this is the major challenge that we are facing now.
As NADMO grapples with the challenge of providing supplies to support the affected communities, the Ghana Rubber Estate Limited, GREL, has stepped in to donate assorted items to the Ahanta West and Nzima East Municipal NADMO offices as temporary assistance for the victims.
We have built this relation over a long time. It's about 20 years that we are developing this relation. And of course, we are very sensitive to what's happening in the communities. And we cannot let the population suffer from such climatic disasters without doing something. And we are trying to do what we can as quickly as we can in order to support the poor communities affected by this disaster.
The chief executive of the Ahanta West municipality expressed gratitude to GREL on behalf of the victims and mentioned that the delay in government support has compelled them to seek help from private companies.
So we decided to write. NADMO came. We wrote, National Director of NADMO also heard of what has happened. But as a municipal chief executive, I decided that no, if I should rely on these two groups, I think maybe my people will be there and they wouldn't get anything. Even if it will come, it will delay. So what happened was that I managed to write letters to the companies, various companies around, even though some of them have responded to our plea. But what Gray has done today, this big truck here, I could see that the things, the items, the materials inside there are many. And in fact, they have done very, very well. What I would say is that for Gray, we thank them so much. I want to thank Gray so much for supporting the victims whom were displaced last week. And we are praying that for Gray, we are always with them. My support is always for them. So we pray that, Alex, whatever they are doing will progress.
Wow, and there you have it. That's the report. Well, for me, I feel like this will never go away because the floods the rain is not going to stop.
No.
And the floods will keep happening. But then I'm really thankful for what Grail did. And I think there should be more people that should get involved in these issues of these communities.
Yeah.
And I don't know, thank you.
I think that people everywhere, companies and people that have benefited from either being located within a community and doing business within a community, or having done business, profited from trading with a community, should always look for ways of giving back to the community. You may be located in a community, but you don't trade with them.
Sure.
Right, but you benefit from the resources that are there. That's one. But then there's also those who trade with the community and benefit from, the marketplace.
Right, and watching the report, what the representative from Grail said, he said, this has been a relationship that we've been building for a long time. Yeah. So that means they've been there for a long time and understand how important it is them. It is for them to help the communities. And I wish, every day we come here talking about these issues. I really wish, other companies and people that benefit from those areas actually help.
Yeah, and I think it's important. Let's speak to our colleague and correspondent who brought us the report, Akwesi Eje Nim. He's on the line. Akwesi, good morning.
Morning, David.
Yes, welcome back to Breakfast Daily.
Morning.
Yeah. So, how bad is the situation? We know Ahanta West is quite a large area. How many communities have been affected, and how bad is the flooding?
Well, from the account of the NADMO and even the DC, the MC for Ahanta West Municipality, according to them, we have 11 communities within the municipality that were severely affected. So it tells you that there were even more in terms of the flood. And then they counted more than 1,000 households who were actually victims of this flood. Wow. And so we visited hard-hit communities like Sejo and Abra, where we had those soundbites from, and a community called Hotupo, which also got flooded. And so that's the extent of the damage. Apart from those who had their structures coming down, we also had people who lost almost all their properties or things they have in their room because the houses were flooded to a very high level, and they couldn't take their things. And even if you take them, where are you taking them to? Because the whole community was flooded. And so that is how bad things were on last Thursday. But the sad part of it is that it seems the state doesn't have the capacity to actually come to the aid of some of these disaster victims. If you talk to people across the area, a lot of them haven't even seen government officials, and places that government officials went to, they only went to take information and promise to come back, and they still haven't come back. And so it was very good and very smart on the part of the MCA to begin to look at other places that he could seek for support, and which led to him writing to companies that Grail, and I understand they also had support from other companies within the catchment. And so that has been the situation with the Ahanta West. But beyond the Ahanta West, we also recorded some of these disasters last week flood disaster in Takwa and Sayim municipality, where the river Bonsa, which is also very heavily polluted by Galamsey activities, overflowing its banks, and so caused some destruction in the community of Bonsa within the Takwa municipality. Again, in Zima East municipality, we had other communities also suffering this flood disaster. The one which is very much, worrying is a tourist attraction at Jomoro, which is in the Jomoro, which shares borders with Ivory Coast. Jomoro happens to host Nzulezu. Nzulezu is known for its tourist attraction, and the whole community was flooded, and so the whole community had to relocate to the Benin community to temporarily stay there. And so it affected, the tourism status of that place. And so I'm sure it was interesting. In fact, they also didn't really have any support, from the state. It took the International Tourism Authority to actually go there and give them some support. The latest information I've taken is that a few of them have started going, but there's still more work to be done at Indonesia to really, bring the place to a place that people can actually visit as a tourist center.
I see. So, in terms of the weather forecast, what are we looking at? Are we expecting more rains? Do you have any idea of, what the prospects are looking into the next couple of weeks to a few months?
Well, even beside the weather forecast, we know in Ghana the place that has the heaviest rainfall pattern is in Zima East. That is Azim. Azim has the heaviest rainfall in the country, and it rains intermittently. Even during dry season, it rains unexpectedly in Azim, and it's the places that got flooded all fall within from Ahanta West municipality. You go to Nzima East where we have Azim, and then after Nzima East, you join in Elembele and Jomoro. So they are all within the rainfall pattern. And so if with this global changes, environmental concerns where the weather pattern is not predictable to some extent, all affecting the rainfall pattern. A lot of people are recording. If you talk to people, they will tell you a place like Hotupo, they have a river body called Ankagura. It's been flooded, but this is the first time they've seen this massive flood.
I see.
You take a Wishejo, they will tell you they haven't seen this thing before. So the kind of floods that we are experiencing are things that people haven't experienced before.
Okay.
And it's not just there. Last year we reported a flood situation around St. Mary's Seminary within the Second Takwadi Metropolitan Assembly. This year it came a little. A community like Aponwa, the whole place got flooded. And so we are experiencing new trend of floods that are very unusual. And maybe I think it calls for some special thinking as to how we can avert some of these things. If you go to Ushejo, I had some of the community people also complaining that some persons within the community are doing galamsey on the banks of the river Butre. Some blame the extent of the damage, the flood, on the activities of galamsey. They feel the activities of galamsey has really created a siltation within the flow, the part of the river, and so maybe the river couldn't really flow the way it has to flow, so he had to find another way. And then the other way that he found was, the one that directed it to the community. And so these are things that maybe the municipal assembly can give better particulars on that. People wouldn't really agree to some of these things when they are told that the activity is contributing to some of these things, but it's a concern that maybe can be looked into by the MISEC.
Right. Akwesi, earlier on you mentioned that GREL, that's Ghana Rubber Estate Limited, provided some items, to assist in the recovery effort. But can you elaborate on what those items are and how they are being distributed to the people?
Well, these were assorted relief items, which included things that you can use to prepare food. You're talking about rice, talking about oil, and they also provided some detergents and clothes. So there were clothes, there were detergents, and there were food items that were given. In fact, they didn't hand it over to the victims. They were given to the the NADMO directors of the Hunter West municipality and that of the Nzema East municipality. But they did a one-stop presentation at Agron Kwanta, which is the district capital of Hunter West municipality. So they were handed over to the two NADMO directorates within the two assemblies. And so maybe the DC can tell us how far they've gone with the distribution and how many people have benefited out of the 1,000 households that were actually affected in this flood situation.
Right. So talking about NADMO, what is exactly the challenge, or what are the challenges NADMO facing in providing assistance to the flood victims? Obviously, they are the first people, or they are the first point of call that people should reach out to. So what is the challenge right now in providing that help that these people need?
Well, the challenge the NADMO is facing over here is basically what we have seen at the national level, where disasters happen and it takes, a lot of push before the NADMO is able to bring something to support the victims. In fact, NADMO, from the soundbite we gathered here, they were told that they don't have resources. They've been pushing the assemblies, the Hunter West, for instance, they've been pushing the regional directorate to get them something to give in to the people, and it's not forthcoming. And so it's a matter of shortage in their stock. And so NADMO doesn't have the capacity as we speak right now to support these victims. And that is why there's a call on corporate institutions and benevolent bodies to come to the aid of these people. So NADMO seriously has logistical concerns.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Akwesi. We've been speaking with our colleague and correspondent, Akwesi Eje in Nim, from the Western region. Now, when we look at the topography of Ghana, like he said, that area, it's a typical tropical forested area, right? Which means that the rainfall patterns are quite different from like Accra, for example, right? We wait for rainy season to get rain.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah.
In their dry season, they still get rain. That's the difference, okay? Because it's so heavily forested that there's always, the rain cycles are quite different when it comes to these tropical areas. Now, part of the problem is the Galamsey. Okay, it's the river bodies and the courses of rivers and the blockades of certain rivers and all of that is contributing to a certain kind of flooding that we've not experienced.
So more
before.
like an overflow of some rivers.
Yes,
yeah.
yes, and they can say they also divert rivers and do all kinds of things like that. Then there's global warming. You see, so there's a natural phenomenon of global warming, but then there's also the things that we've done to ourselves here, to exacerbate the situation. And I think that government can choose to sit aloof, but it's going to be increasingly challenging.
Exactly.
As the years go by, if we don't do something drastic, if we don't do something serious about this, it's going to be increasingly worse.
True.
Because
obviously he said like last year it wasn't like this.
Yes.
And now this year they're experiencing something else that they haven't seen before.
Yeah.
So if nothing is done about it, that
and they're
means,
finding that areas that are even just on the outskirts of Takoradi, for example, right? Like a place like he mentioned it, Apawan. Absolutely. Look, they are having some kind of crazy flooding that happens there that is historically doesn't happen, and all of these is blocked waterways, galamsey things that also contribute to blocking waterways, diverting river bodies, all those kinds of things are creating this mess, Then you have places like Insulesu.
Yeah, which is already water community.
Yes, it's a water community. They live on water. And so one begs the question and says, you live on water. Why are you surprised that it's getting flooded? But you see, the phenomenon of the river swelling as a result of global changes, in terms of amount of rainfall that's falling and all of that, it means that there's going to be a ripple effect in terms of our tourism inflows.
Yeah.
Right? If you can't go to Nzulezu, let's say in a year, if there are 3 or 4 months that you can't go, which people would have gone, and they can't go.
So we're losing
Imagine
money.
what revenue
True.
we lost that means.
That means we're losing a lot of money.
Exactly.
True.
All right. So we've been joined on the line, by the way, by Mr. Henry Yeledor. He's the Western Regional Director for the Ghana Tourism Authority. I'm sure you have some comments to make on the Nzulezu situation. Good morning, sir. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yes, good morning. Welcome to Breakfast Daily.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, welcome to Breakfast Daily. Now,
yeah, thanks so much. Good morning to your listeners.
All right. Describe to us what you saw or have seen happen at Nzulezu.
Yeah, thanks once again. I got to hear of the situation of Nzulezu on last week Tuesday, exactly a week today.
Okay.
When I was at a workshop somewhere. It was actually my Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Ajima, who sent me videos that there were some videos and pictures that had gone viral on social media to the effect that Nzulezu was flooded. So I decided to do a cross-check. So I called the site manager by name Frank Blake, whether it was actually true. Then he confirmed that, yes, it happened some 2 days ago, I think over the weekend, Saturday through Sunday. And that apparently the entire place got flooded because there were continual rains for the 3 days. So, and because it was flooded, if you have seen Nzulezu or you've been to Nzulezu, they built the entire community on stilts. That is we call, the word is stilts. They use some wood into the sea and build up.
Yes.
It's one of our ecotourism sites.
It's one of my favorite tourism places as well. I've been there 3 or 4 times.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. So they have feet.
Yes.
Also within the same community, and there are also walkways into their rooms. So all those places got flooded. They were submerged in the water. So they had to be evacuated. The population is about 500. So they had to evacuate the entire community into Beyin. Beyin is a neighboring community. Where we have the tourism information office.
Yes.
It's the community called Beyin.
Yes.
And that, NATMO came in later to help them after they had done the evacuation to pick the figures in terms of the extent of damage.
Yeah.
It was extensive because they didn't have the opportunity to carry their things. So it just happened. So feeding was a problem because they said once they ran out like that, they couldn't carry anything along. So fortunately, the community, they have relations there. So some stayed with their relations, whilst a number of them were put in the classroom. So I tried to reach out to NATMO because when I spoke with them, they said after then, the major challenge was how to feed. So I spoke with NATMO to see whether they have some relief items. That is the regional NATMO. Unfortunately, they said they had none in their warehouse. So I had to get back to my chief executive that after engaging the community, they said they needed some support in terms of food items.
Yeah.
That was a Tuesday. Wednesday was supposed to be a holiday. So he told me that looking at the situation, if we have to wait through Wednesday, being a holiday, things may be a bit late. So that I should put together a report.
Yeah.
And that he was to get to my board member, the board of directors, to see whether he could convince them to at least send something. So I put together the report. The evening of Tuesday, I WhatsApp the report to him. that he said yes, he would engage the board chair. So then I also tried to reach out to some others, because I also tried to let the regional minister also understand that that was what was happening. But earlier, the regional NADMO told me that regional minister has also supported or was also mobilizing some food items that will be sent to the community. Yes, so that was how we ended. So we went to sleep. When I woke up 5:30 Wednesday morning, I checked my WhatsApp and my CEO got back that after engaging the board, he was able to get them to agree to send us some food items. And it was made up of 100 bags of the 25 kg. That is a 5x5.
Yes.
You have this 5x5 kg always in the 25 kilo bag.
Yes.
So
100 of those.
Hundreds of that. So meaning 500 pieces.
Yes.
Pieces of the 5 kg.
Yes.
Then 25 kg of 25 kg of sugar. 25 bags of the 25 kg sugar. Then we also had 42 boxes of oil. Then 50 boxes of washing soap. And 50 boxes of bathroom soap. Yeah, so that was the information I got at 5:30 the Wednesday morning.
So have they received? Has the community members received all of these items yet?
Yes. So that very day by 12 noon, the bus, that was in Accra. So the truck left Accra, got into Takoradi around 6 in the evening. So, but we had also spoken with the MCE of the Jomboro district, Jomboro municipality. We also spoke with the municipal NADMO. Then we spoke with the assemblyman. Then we asked them to inform the Nananom and the community leaders that this was what we were able to mobilize. And that the Thursday morning we're coming over to ensure that we donate to the community as part of our corporate social responsibility and as part of the partnership that we had with Endometriosis for all this while. So on the Thursday, we met the people and we gave out these relief items.
Okay. All right. So I just want to ask, so what strategies can be implemented to, avoid the impact of a future natural disaster, like this again? Because obviously Nzulezu is a tourism site, and this also affects the tourism industry. So do you have any strategies that you can implement to mitigate the impact of any future natural disaster?
Yes, so definitely as I speak, the community is back. They were able to mobilize to go back, but it is not as it was some few days back. And as we said, it definitely affects tourism in the Western region and tourism in Ghana. So we are looking at how to mitigate it going forward. We realize that this was the first time. And if you look at community expansion and other developments around the community, we feel that these have also impacted on the river, thus causing this. We realized that there are some construction works that were very close to the estuary. The river flows into the sea. Around the western side. And some developments are going around the estuary. We have engaged because when we had the engagement with the community, the chief indicated that he suspects that it's also part of it. So we went around to have a look at ourselves, and we realized that there was some construction over the estuary. I wouldn't want to disclose what exactly, which company is involved now, because I had to go to the office.
So is it like buildings, or is it like bridges? What sort of construction?
Yes, some construction. As I said, community expansion. Some part of the land, I'm told, has been given or was bought by a company around there from the chief, and they are trying to build some settlement. What they've done is that they have constructed a road. It actually fell into the estuary to create a road that would let them do the construction at the other side.
Okay.
They provided some vents, some outlets, some pipes. But if you look at the diameter, it's a bit small.
Okay.
So it cannot let the water pass.
Okay. So
the water, because it was high, the high tide, it flooded. Even the immediate community of Benue was flooded. So we engaged them and we said, we think this is what is causing the flooding.
Yeah.
I'm yet to sit with them because when I went to the office, I was told that I needed to talk to Accra. So I'm still trying to engage them because what we think they should do is that they need to raise it a bit, provide some culvert.
Yeah.
That can let
to allow the river to flow.
Because if you look at it, if they don't do it, and subsequent rains, we are going to have same problems happening. Then also, we need to also sensitize the community to find a way to see how they can reduce some of the human activities on the river.
Okay.
We realized that when we got there were a lot of plastics on the water.
Okay.
Yeah,
So that could also be tricky.
I'm told they have developed a site somewhere where they take their waste to go and throw.
Okay.
But there are a number of them that are still littering around. So once the place got flooded, there were a lot of plastics that were floating on the river. Yes. So these are the things that we need to do going forward.
Thank you very much. We really appreciate your time, Mr. Henry Yelado. He's the Western Regional Director for the Ghana Tourism Authority. Quite a detailed submission there, giving us a more
overview of
global
everything.
perspective, of what has happened there. My friend Emmanuel Kulu Mensah actually sent me some videos from Nzulezu when it happened. And that they had to go to, like he said, to Benin. Benin is the town. So when you're coming in from, let's say, Maha.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know the Maha place that we went to, Heritage Caravan. Yeah. So it's not far from Maha, maybe 10 to 15 minutes drive. And you get to Benin. And then Benin is like the landing port, the town, where you get down and then you get into a boat and then it takes you onto the river and then you sail your way to Nzulezu, and then you arrive at the village on stilts, So, like he said, it makes sense. It stands to reason that you block the exit of the water.
Yeah.
Right. The water is trying to flow into the sea. You block it or reduce the volume that can pass. Then it backs up.
Yeah.
It backs up. Because it's now rain is falling, river is swelling. It should flow to the sea, but then it can't flow as fast. But thankfully, it looks like they've returned.
Yeah.
The waters have dropped and they've returned. But any heavy rains that will come subsequently, the same thing will happen again.
Exactly.
And so we need to figure out.
True. And I'm also worried about the fact that, people keep throwing things into deep waters.
Yeah.
It seems like we've not realized the impact of, throwing plastics into water bodies. We don't understand the damage.
Yeah.
And I just feel like there needs to be more education on that. Because we're here in Accra talking about the beach, how dirty the beach is, how polluted the beach is and all that. And it's happening somewhere else.
Yeah, it's happening somewhere else. Absolutely. It's happening somewhere else. So really, I think that there's a lot that we can do by way of... I'm just happy this morning to hear that Ghana Tourism Authority, a major stakeholder in the tourism space, in Nzulezu, has stepped up to the plate, to actually provide some sort of solace for the people, some immediate intervention for them. We've been joined by a resident from Nzulezu. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yes. Your name, please?
I'm Frank Ezobli, actually the site manager of Israel Tourist Site.
Okay. All right. Welcome to Breakfast Daily. Thank you for joining us, Frank. So talk to us about the experience you had. When did it happen and how did it occur? When you were in your homes, your houses, what is it that happened?
Yeah, it happens around 20 24th, that is the Saturday at dawn to Sunday 25th. But during that week, you had torrential rains right here in the western region.
Okay.
And the people of Nzirozo living on the river of Amanzuli,
yes,
during that Adon got flooded. The river overflows its banks and just covered the state village. So the platform that is on which they build their buildings got flooded.
Yes.
And slowly enters into our various rooms. Yes, that is exactly what happened. And the community saw the incident around 2 to 3 a.m.
Okay.
Yes. So some of the people needed them to raise their children, put them on a high platform like tables and on the bed, and started to evacuate it to the nearest community called Bein.
Okay. So are you back now? Have you gone back? Are the residents gone back to Nzulezu?
Oh yes. Actually, now not in full community, but some of the able men, young and women are back now.
Okay.
Trying to restore the community.
Okay.
Yes.
And
the main platform that main platform that is the only street.
Yes.
Is intact.
Okay,
it's
good.
very strong due to the regular maintenance of it from the project office.
Yeah.
But then the household walkways, that is the one that led to the kitchen
to their
side
different
and
house, yeah.
Yeah, to their various housing. It's what we have a program, and now we are sorting out the wood which can be used.
Okay.
And the ones that will not be able to use, we just need to replace them.
All right. Thank you very much, Frank, for speaking to us. And send my best wishes to Emmanuel Kulumensa from the Echo Bar as well. Thank you.
Yeah, Senior Gas.
Yes.
Senior Gas.
Yes, Senior Gas. He's my friend. So say hello to him. Say hello to him.
Okay.
Right.
Senior Gas will hear. You also thank you for calling, and also thank you for your consent.
Thank you. And all the best. All the best.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Yes, so we've been speaking to Frank, who is a resident of Nzulezu. He's also part of the project office, and they're looking to restore life back to normalcy after the entire village got flooded. So it's a very interesting place to be. Have you ever been?
No,
Nzulezu?
I've never.
So when you arrive, right, there's a central road, as it were. It's also a part of the platform, that you walk on. But it's like it's like the highway that runs through the entire village.
Yeah, and it's on water.
It's on water. So the stilts are up, and it's a wooden planks all the way down. So that's the one he's referring to as it's stable, it's strong, there's nothing wrong with it. But when you go as you go along the walkway, there are branches into people's houses. Right, there are different branches off the platform that go into different houses. Then there's a place called the Echo Bar where my friend lives. He owns the Echo Bar.
So it's a bar.
Yeah, it's a proper bar.
Oh wow.
Yeah. No, we should go to Nzulezu. You would love it. Yeah, it's a whole experience. So anyway, so it's those side routes to the different houses that are a bit compromised at the moment. So they're looking to fix all of that. And then, yeah. No, Nzulezu is a fantastic place. You should go and enjoy. If you haven't been, well, maybe it's time to make a trip.
Right now, we are heading all the way to the Upper West region, and it's still on government appeals. So the WA SHS, the authorities at the WA Secondary High School are actually appealing to government to address their infrastructural needs. We actually have a report on that. So let's just watch it, and we'll be right back to talk about it.
Located in the Upper West region, WA Senior High School has experienced a surge in enrollment, making it one of the most popular schools in the area. The institution has nurtured and produced influential individuals, including the esteemed Speaker of Parliament, Right Honorable Alban S.K. Babin, and Supreme Court Justice Yoni Kulendi. Presently, the school, commonly known as WASEC, accommodates 2,340 students. Despite its significant contributions to the nation's human resource needs, the school is grappling with a plethora of challenges. The most prominent among them is the limited infrastructure, significantly affecting the effectiveness of teaching and learning. For instance, the school's dining hall, originally designed for 200 students, now has to cater for 2,000 students, resulting in overcrowding. This issue extends to the assembly hall and the few dormitories available.
With the type of discipline we have in recent times, our enrollment has actually overnumbered or outnumbered the current infrastructure we have. Our current population is 2,300 and still counting. So many of the students are day students and would have loved that they come into the boarding house to enable us have full control over them. And in this particular situation in which we find ourselves, if we get a 500 capacity boys dormitory and a 500 capacity girls dormitory, I think it will help with the accommodation. In addition to that, if we get an 18-unit classroom, it will serve a very great purpose. As we speak, most of the students, especially the science students, are rather using the science laboratories as their permanent classrooms. So when any other school or class wants to join to have science, it means a science class has to come out and allow them to use the equipment in the laboratory. So our current population of over 2,300 really calls for more infrastructure in the school.
In response to the present concerns raised by the headmaster, the Speaker of Parliament, Right Honourable Alban Bagbin, has taken the initiative to commence the construction of an ultramodern auditorium.
2,000-seater auditorium here. Here we have the ground floor plan. That is where we presently occupy. And on the ground floor, we have an open office plan where the school can use for whatever administrative activities they may want to run as part of this facility. Like I mentioned earlier, the ground floor seats 1,600. The next drawing we have here is for the first floor plan. On this side of it, we have a gallery which seats 400. We also have a mini conference, a conference room here and a meeting room there. The conference room here seats about 100, and then the meeting room seats about 20 people. On the next drawing we have here, we have the elevations. Here we have the back elevation, the front elevation, the left and then the right elevation.
During a gathering of students and staff at Wa Senior High School, the Speaker of Parliament, Right Honourable Alban Bagbin, encouraged them to maintain discipline and strive to build upon the school's past achievements.
What they build in Achimuta must build in Wasek. And what they build in Western Girls must be built in Japa. Unless it's old boys. That one we can't contest, the old boys. And I think that the old boys and the old girls here must also wake up to their responsibilities. It's part of our responsibility. I'm doing this because I'm an old boy of what? This school. You call us old bones, don't worry, you'll get there. So we are here just to inspect the project, and I want to assure you that we do everything because we are far behind the celebration of our 50th anniversary. All the celebrations that this school has undertaken, I have always been behind it. And so this is not the first project I'm doing here. I've been doing a lot of projects. I've been supplying a lot of computers.
The Speaker symbolically laid the foundation block and pledged to work closely with relevant authorities to address the numerous challenges facing the school.
Welcome back, and that's the report. I'm actually very excited that, you know, since they asked, they're actually getting some help. And I think that's what old students or people that have attended a school should do. Come back and help that school.
Yeah. I mean, this school in particular has some pretty notable alumni and people like Aban Bagwin, of course, himself Speaker of Parliament, Yoni Kolendi, who is a Justice of the Supreme Court of Ghana, Kwesi Nyantechi, formerly of Ghana Football Association, of course, the Honorable Rashid Popo. So you realize that a lot of very esteemed people have come out of that school, which in essence tells you about the quality of the school, but also sends a message that the school doesn't need to be suffering and begging. There are a lot of people who have done well in life and can go back and support and help lift up the school. We want to talk to our correspondent, Latif Mahama, who brought us the story. Latif, good morning.
Good morning, Dave.
Yes, welcome to Breakfast Daily.
Thank you so much.
All right, so it appears that even though for a long time the infrastructure challenges have been real and very present, it seems that finally there's some relief that's coming.
Good morning to our listeners and viewers across the country. I think the situation at the Ward Senior High School goes beyond just a dining hall or an auditorium, to the extent that there's overcrowding, especially in their classrooms. There's overcrowding in their dining hall facilities and all other public gatherings. If you go to the school, one thing that is very prominent has to do with the kind of accommodation infrastructure, that is the dormitories. You have the girls that are numbering over 1,000 and the same as the boys. In fact, the school has a total of a population of 2,340. And according to the school authorities, because of the lack of infrastructure, a lot of the students are day students, have been made to be day students. And so they have to commute from town, and just as you know, maintaining discipline becomes a major challenge because some of them come from town and there are a few of them that are staying in the school. So in terms of infrastructure, I think the needs of the Ward Senior High School go beyond the auditorium that is being constructed. And indeed, according to the school authorities, there have been